Hello students, welcome to JCE Connect. So in the previous lecture we have seen the problems on signal flow graph. In this lecture we are going to see how to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph and then use Mason's gain formula to find the total transfer function. So in the previous lectures we have seen how to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph. So we're going to see some problems where we are going to convert it and then use Mason's gain formula to find the transfer function. So here is one example. Draw the corresponding signal flow graph for the given block diagram and find C of S R by R of S. So you need to find the total transfer function for the corresponding block diagram. So here we see the input, which is given to a summing point. There are three summing points, and we can see two takeoff points. So given is a block diagram. So as we have seen the steps to how to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph, so we'll follow those steps. So if you can recall from the previous lectures, first step is to name the summing points and the takeoff points. So we can see from the diagram, first summing point where the signal is entering, we can name it as S1, the first summing point. Then the second summing point we can name it as S2. Then we have G1, G2. After that we have a takeoff point. So for the takeoff point we'll name it as this is the first takeoff point, so we'll name it as T1. Then after G3 we have one more summing point, that is a third summing point, so we'll name it as S3. After S3 we have a takeoff point, okay, feedback point or a takeoff point, which we can name it as T2. So after naming these summing points and the nodes, takeoff points, summing points and takeoff points will form the nodes in the signal flow graph. So after naming it, so then just correlate it. So we have G1, G2, which is written on the top of the arrow gain. We have T1 to S3, we have two ways, G3, and there is one more arrow with G4. From T1 and T2 we have feedback paths, one with minus sign, that is T1, and one with the positive sign, T2. That is what we have written here. We have converted this into a signal flow graph. Now once you convert it into a signal flow graph, the procedure will follow as same like a signal flow graph problem using Mason's gain formula. The first step is to find number of forward paths. So here we can see it's going from S1, S2, S3, S1, S2, T1, S3, T2, and output C of S, that is one forward path. There is one more forward path going from R of S, S1, S2, T1, and from G4 it is going to S3 and T2, and then back to output C of S. So we have these two forward paths, so k equal to 2, and we'll just write T1 is nothing but 1 into 1, 1 into G1 into G2 into G3 into 1 into 1, so it becomes G1 into G2 into G3, the forward path 1. Second forward path is 1 into 1, 1 into G1 into G2, then G4 into 1 into 1, so it becomes G1, G2, G4. So this is one more forward path. So we have two forward path, value of k equal to 2, so the Mason's gain formula will be T1 delta 1 plus T2 delta 2 divided by delta. So in this formula we know T1, we know T2, we need to find delta and delta 1 and delta 2. So before we go that, we need to find number of loops here. So here we can see from S2 to T1 and coming back from T1 to S2 there is one loop. It becomes minus G1 G2 into H1, and there is one more loop starting from S1, S2, T1, S3, T2, which is coming back again with a gain. So it becomes 1 into G1 into G2 into G3 into plus H2. So it is G1, G2, G3 plus H2. That is one more loop. So there are two loops, and can you find another? So can you check? There are another loop we can see from S1, S2, T1 going to S3 via G4, T2 and back to S1. That is one more loop. And one more loop is starting from S2. So here we can see these are the loops. So we have G1, G2 minus H1 one loop. Second is S1, S2, T1, T2 via S3. So it becomes, so second loop G1 into G2 into G3 into plus H2. The another loop is S1 starting from S1, S2 going to G4 and then coming back. So it becomes G1, G2, G4, H2. So these are the three loops. And first we take delta 1. To find delta 1 we'll consider the forward path 1. So when you consider the forward path 1, all the loops are touching this forward paths. So here we can see all the loops, when the loops are touching, the delta 1 value will become 1. T2, in this also we can see all the loops are touching the forward path. So in this also the delta 2 value will become 1. So we'll just substitute that, and delta value is number of 1 minus number of combination of single loops plus combination of two non-touching loops. Can we see any two non-touching loops? First loop is touching to the second loop, third loop, they have common nodes. So there is no combination of two non-touching loops in this. So delta will become 1 minus in bracket L1 plus L2 plus L3. So L1 we have minus G1, G2, H1. L2 we have plus G1, G2, G3, H2. L3 we have G1, G2, G4, H2. So we can have a delta. So just substitute the value of T1, delta 1, T2, delta 2. So we know delta 1 is 1, delta 2 is 1. Just substitute that, multiply, and further substitute the value of delta. So we'll get the final transfer function. So in this diagram, in this problem, we have seen how a block diagram is converted into a signal flow graph, and then we are using Mason's gain formula to find the transfer function. So this is one method. There are two methods I have said in the previous lectures. One is using equations. That can be a different problem where we can use equations and then convert it into a signal flow graph, and then we use Mason's gain formula to solve that. The other method is using a block diagram. So when you are using a block diagram, the first step is you have to name all the summing points and takeoff points. Once you name it, that will be a node. Then whatever gain is there, just write it above the arrow, and we can solve it like a normal. Once it is a signal flow graph, we can solve it using Mason's gain formula. So this is another different type of a problem. So you can say this is one more type. So I have solved in the previous lecture problems on signal flow graph. In this current lecture I am solving how to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph, and then using Mason's gain formula. In the next lecture I will be solving another problem. In that we will be seeing how to convert an electrical network into a signal flow graph, and then using the Mason's gain formula. So that is one more different type. So I'll solve different types of problems, and I'll give 4 problems as assignment, and that is for your practice, and you can refer textbooks for different types of problems. So if you have any doubt on this, you can get back to me. Thank you.